It's been a long time coming, but it's finally time I go over more really bad shiny Pokemon. Let's get started with the Komodo line. In my opinion, the Komodo line has an amazing color scheme. The gray and darkish yellow go really well on them. The only thing that's meh about them is the brown orangish color. But when it comes to the shiny forms, especially with Komodo, I just have to say, what were they thinking? Way to change a pretty badass Pokemon into a Big Bird ripoff. The Aron line, another set of Pokemon I love that is ruined by a bad shiny. I will admit, the shiny doesn't look downright horrible, but I have always been put off by those red eyes. They all just look so high off their ass. Granted, they would not be outstanding if they removed the red eyes, but they would still be better. I think Glalie has the same problem too, but with Glalie, it's just red eyes that they changed, whereas with the Aron line, they changed more, but happened to add red eyes, which just doesn't make any sense. Yet another Pokemon line I like, but luckily with this one, there's only one Pokemon in the line that has a crappy shiny. Not Seedot, because I really like the simplicity of the shiny. I also have one I named Chameleon, by the way. But boy was I disappointed when I looked up what shiny Seedot evolved into. Nuzleaf literally looks like a walking sweet potato. I guess it does carry over the color scheme from Seedot, but I don't think it looks any good. It does go back to form with Shiftry, however. While I think Bergmite is a little cute, overall, these two aren't the best Pokemon in the world. Icebergs are really cool, and they're all over the place on YouTube right now, but Avalugg just looks really lame and derpy. It's too bad that they weren't saved by their shiny forms. I don't know what other colors they could have done to make these two cool while still keeping their ice look intact. Maybe a dark blue or maybe gray like dirty snow. But just giving them some yellow really sucks. Especially on Bergmite, who looks like it just pissed itself. This next shiny is not only bad, really bad, it's also just so baffling. These colors go horribly together. But what makes it so baffling is how its pre-evolutions had a purple theme going on. And yeah, many Pokemon change colors when they evolve, the same being true for shinies, but the Nido families switch colors when they turn shiny. So the male line is now blue and the female line is now purple, except for Nidoqueen, who sticks out like a sore thumb. I wanted to go over a Galar Pokemon in this video, seeing as it's the newest generation, and I haven't had any Galar Pokemon in any of my videos. But when it comes to shinies, I didn't see many that stuck out as bad. The only one that looks crappy is Obstagoon. Obstagoon perfectly shows off how dark and evil it can be with its regular design, while the shiny looks more like a clown. These USA colors just don't go well on it. I would have made a shiny that kept the spirit of its dark original form. Like maybe make the colors darker, flip the black and white, or maybe a dark blue. Anything could be better than America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah. This one is very similar to Tranquil from my last Awful Shiny Pokemon video. It's a regional bird, it's a middle stage, it's an ugly green color, and its shiny doesn't match the others in the Evolutionary line. If you picked anything other than Pidgeotto, you are wrong. Comparing this thing to Pidgeot, it isn't as big of a difference compared to Tranquil and Unpheasant, but it still doesn't match and it looks really ugly. I'd even argue it looks worse than Tranquil. The green just doesn't go well with the yellow on its head, it just looks so stupid. Good thing it evolves into an incredibly badass shiny, that being a gold Pidgeot, holy shit. And this one is very similar to Groudon in the last video in that it changes from a red to a gross yellow. The only difference here is Groudon is a cool Pokemon while Volcanion is just kinda lame. I like how they switch two of the colors around, sort of. They just pick the wrong color. Why not switch the red with the blue? It's fire and water type. It makes so much sense to switch the red and the blue. Instead, we get yellow and pink, because you know, that combination has a great track record in my videos. Here's another shit green shiny, yeah, whatever, but this one actually has a funny story that goes along with it. So back during the time Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, I was in my senior year of high school, and 2 of my friends and I were trashing on green shiny Pokemon, like all normal people do, when one of us brought up Tauros. We looked at a picture of it and laughed, and that was the end of it. But no, one of my friends in that conversation texted me later that same day saying he ran into a shiny Tauros, and he did. And it was funny because we trashed on it so much earlier, and he just so happened to run into it. It's a funny story, okay? I just wanted to talk about it. Alright, so in the last Awful Shiny Pokemon video, I talked about how Stantler has to be the worst shiny. Well, guess what? I was wrong. I found one that is even worse, and I have been wanting to talk about it ever since that video came out. And it is Shiinotic. Just look at this monstrosity. What the fuck were they thinking? This looks like a loaded diaper, an expired jug of milk, and a toilet full of shit. And I'm sorry I had to put those images in your head, and I really don't want my videos to delve into toilet humor, but what else am I supposed to say? This thing looks awful. The only plus side I can think of is that Morlul doesn't look that bad. But that has nothing to do with Shiinotic, so scratch that. I'm going to say this right here and right now. If I ever run into a shiny Shiinotic in the wild, I'm killing it. It's that bad. Join me next time where I look at some more shiny Pokemon that don't look like shit.